right, Destination Horror fans, we have a special treat with us today. We have a cosplayer by the name of Erik Von Trusdell. Now, let's start out. Like I said, that we actually met unknowingly. We met at, well, let's back up again. Let me do it this way. I met young Mr. Trusdell at a setup at Danielle Caldwell's Zombtography. He was willing to be a guinea pig while we were doing a video, and we got to talking and began realizing he recognized me from somewhere, but we couldn't figure out where. And then, as we discussed the topic more, he asked me if I'd been to Days of the Dead recently, which obviously we had been. And it turns out he's in the video, not once, but twice. He's Michael Myers. So he's the
That's
Michael Myers that we actually do a close-up of, where he came at me and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure he's going to stop, but it looked good. And then same Michael Myers was actually at the costume contest that evening where, came up menacing and then he kind of busted out a Vogue move, which was cool. So no, small world. Turns out we're there together. So I definitely wanted to follow up with him because I thought it was a really cool cosplay. It's one of those, the camera never does it justice. It looked really cool in person. And speaking of which, I do believe you're going to be going to Days of the Dead this year, which is just in another week or so.
Yep, I'll be at Days of the Dead, and then I actually just finished my Part 8 Jason, so I'm looking forward to showing Kane Hodder that.
See, and we are going to try to plan to be there for that. We're planning already being there, but that's one thing that would be awesome to catch is you in Friday the 13th 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason, and you're going to meet Kane Hodder that way. That we definitely want to catch that. So let's just start very basic. So being that you're a cosplayer, how long have you been cosplaying?
So I'm 27 now, and I started probably when I was like 10, honestly, because my family's always been into like Halloween and stuff. And it kind of started out very simple. Like, actually have a really old picture. It's like one of my first cons and
That's
everything.
cool.
Been on it later maybe. But yeah, it's just like one of those things that kind of just I started doing it when I was young, and then as I got older and kind of figured out my own way, my own approaches on things, I kind of just found my own kind of a niche and my own little crew that I like going to cons with, and it's just gotten funner and funner over the years, honestly. And
That
like
is
I've
cool.
always just been a huge fan of Halloween, so it kind of just feels like every time I cosplay or do a new cosplay, it's basically just like having another Halloween. So I have like 6 or 7 Halloweens a year now, so I can't complain about
Man,
that.
man after my own heart right there. And same thing, like I said, the cosplay thing I didn't start till later, but like I said, Halloween, even when I was a kid, Halloween was my favorite holiday. It was my favorite time of the year. So these conventions, things like that. Now in my adulthood, I go out of my way to go. So no, I definitely feel you on that. Um, what was your first like official cosplay outside of just dressing up for Halloween? What was your first cosplay character?
So my first one I did was a very simple version of a xenomorph from Alien, and then my dad was Darth Vader, and that was pretty fun.
See, there you said two words. You said a word in there that is like, whoa, xenomorph. Alien, obviously. But we say
Yeah.
simple version. So I'm curious what a simple because that's a complex costume. To begin with. How is
So
this? How'd you do a simple version? I'm curious.
so I did a couple different versions. Like one of them, I kind of just did everything out of duct tape. So that's what I call simple. Is
Okay,
like
got you.
when you just kind of take random. I don't mean to swear, but take random shit and just kind of
Oh yeah.
turn it into something.
Oh, trust me. We don't do videos for kids necessarily, so you're good.
Okay, I just
No, but I appreciate it. The way a lot of times we'll get people to just throw it out there, and like I said, we don't mind it. But no, I appreciate you, the gentleman, the gentleman cosplayer. That's what we
I'll
gonna
try
call
my best.
him. Oh no, but no, that's actually, I mean, that's definitely a cool cosplay. Even with duct tape, I'm sure that actually still came out looking pretty cool. Um,
And then I
well,
took
yeah, go ahead.
for like the chest section.
Mhm.
I went to the Halloween store and I took one of those like chests that bleed, but I
Okay.
dyed the green. So when you push the heart, there would be like green blood that would flow.
Oh,
And
I bet that
then
came out cool.
I had like I was like really obsessed with Alien versus Predator when it came out. So like I did like the xenomorph from it that had all the like battle damage from like the
Oh,
netting.
the net that got him. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So that was kind of my thinking with like getting it to bleed too.
Man, that is cool. No,
Yeah.
I mean, just when you describe, I know what chess piece you're talking about. I've seen similar ones like that. but just the idea that you put a green fluid in there, and then when you pump it, it looks like it's that probably came out. Tell me you have pictures of that one.
I only have like a few pictures anymore. That was
Man.
way before social media and stuff. I
Oh
didn't have
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah,
No,
since
but
now.
dang, that's if you find them, definitely send them our way because that sound. I mean, just the idea
Definitely.
of what you describing and putting it together sounds like it came out really cool.
And then
So
I've actually been wanting like maybe one of these years to like redo that and actually do like a way better version of it, just because I kind of understand how to sculpt and mold things a little better than back then too.
okay, well, actually, you just said something I was going to ask about. So being, that some of the cosplays I've seen, some cosplays can be done simply, and then some of them are really complex. And with you saying sculpting and molding, so that kind of leads to my next question. What's the most complex cosplay? One, what was the most complex character? And like, what was the most complex thing about that character and developing the cosplay for it?
Um, so actually, believe it or not, the most complicated cosplay I've done has actually been Jason. Like,
Okay.
you wouldn't think it would be that complicated, like, oh, it's just a hockey mask. But like, you have like the hockey mask, and then you have like underneath the hockey mask, all you have to like do it's called they call it like the hood, but you
Yeah,
have to like
exactly.
really got to sculpt the details and make it look good. Otherwise, when you put the hockey mask on, it just
It's a
it's kind
normal
of
guy. It's a normal
yeah.
guy with a hockey mask on. So, for the definition of to define what you mean by hood, you're talking about basically a skull piece that looks all what deformed Jason would look like. Not necessarily maybe the face, but at least this part. So when you're wearing the hockey mask, you're looking all kinds of messed up. It's not just like Jose wearing the hockey mask and being like, "Hey, I'm Jason."
Yeah, and then for the I can actually go get it here. I can show you real fast.
Cool, cool.
But yeah, I really like the Freddy versus Jason version of Jason.
Mhm. Okay,
And in
yeah.
that this burlap jacket, but I
Wow.
basically got to take burlap and then this under material here,
Hmm.
like sew the burlap to it, and it turned into like such a nightmare. I didn't think it was gonna be that complicated.
So like, you actually sewed that yourself. No one did that for you.
No,
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, and then I, like literally just turned into me just like hand sewing everything and like sewing it together just because like when I try to use like a machine or something, it would
Mm.
just get all messed up or like it wouldn't go through all the way.
Man, I'll tell you, like I said, that's actually that's movie quality. I mean, like I said, looking at it, looking at the inside versus the outside, and knowing that you actually did that by hand. I'm telling you, have you actually, slight segue, have you looked into potentially getting into costuming for the local films being done here in Georgia?
I would love to do that, but just being active duty military, I just like I'm kind of already at
Ah,
the limit, right, of how much because like in a day you only have so many hours in a day that you
true.
can devote to stuff, and I
And
still
by
got
the
to
way,
really
thank you for your service. I did not, I
appreciate
did not recall that you were active duty, so thank you for your service, young man.
appreciate the support.
Yes, I dated myself. I said young man. I'm old enough to say young man. But no, all joking aside, definitely thank you for your service for that. Um, but no, that jacket looks awesome. And that's from Freddy versus Jason. That
Yeah,
particular one. Okay. So yeah, just you said Jason takes Manhattan. You were talking about part 8 that you're gonna hook up with Kane Hodder. So let me just show you. This is one of my prized possessions that a friend of mine gave me. Come on, show up on the camera. There we don't go. You know what? Here, there we go. I have to
oh,
hold it in front of me.
oh, is that the box set?
Is the box set, this the Scream
Nice.
Factory box set that was super hard to find. Um, Kind of a weird story. I back last November had a heart attack. Yeah,
Oh,
doing much better. I'm good. Totally no damage
good.
anything like that. But while I was on the mend, a very good friend of mine. He knew that I was interested in getting it, but he also knew that at the time that's when it was sold out. It was hard to get. It was on back order. And he showed up to my house a few days after I got back from the hospital. He's like, "Hey, you home?" I'm like, yeah. He comes in and he goes, "Look, I just wanted to get you something while you're on the mend, you're out for recovery. And I know you really wanted this." I'm like, "What?" And he showed it to me. I literally started tearing because I'm like, man, that's that was a freaking thoughtful gift. So like I said, Friday, and he knows Friday the 13th is very special to my heart. So like when you mentioned the part 8, and for me, part 8 is one of my favorite ones. Like I said, for some reason, it catches a lot of hate, but
Oh,
it's one of my favorite ones. I thought it was
I
interesting
feel that way.
concept taking him out of Camp Crystal Lake.
I feel that way about Jason X too. It's honestly a guilty pleasure one for me.
See, I'm with you there. I'm not gonna lie. That is one of the ones that I'm like, oh yeah, that one sucked because when I'm around people that I know like are gonna tear me up about it, but I'm like, it didn't suck that bad though. And then it's like, then I finally break down and admit, okay, I did like it. But it's like I feel like there's times, man. Look, the Friday the 13th crowd, the horror crowd, is just like the Star Wars crowd. Okay, they will go. They're either gonna slightly disagree or overboard disagree. And that's one where most of the people where I get in those conversations, it's not a slight disagreement. It's a what you liked it or what you didn't like it. So that's one of those ones where I'm like, like you said, it's a guilty pleasure to admit it. I don't get to admit it very much, so of course I just limited it now. So it's okay. I had to accept my truth. So there we go.
It's
But
kind of the same way when I tell people I like Freddy versus Jason a lot, and that was my favorite version of Jason too. Everybody's like, wait, what? Why? I'm like, I can't really explain it, man. I kind of grew up watching that movie. I was like one of my first horror movies, and they just kind of stuck with me.
I feel
And then
old all of a sudden.
yeah, and just like watching him like murder people while he's on fire, just casually murder people while he's on fire is awesome. And then just that whole third act where they're just beating the absolute shit out of each other is amazing still.
Yeah, at that point it was like horror UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I did, no spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it by now and you haven't fast forward by now, that's your fault. So you've been alerted. I thought the way it ended in a, ultimately a draw. Depending on who you ask, there's people say that Jason definitively won, which he did, but you have that little Freddy, wink to the camera. So I guess there's a question. Would you consider that a draw or just a prelude to a rematch somehow in the future?
So I actually I think it's kind of a draw, but I also heard that originally it was supposed to end with like them killing each other, and then Pinhead shows up, and
See, I
I was
heard that too, and I
and I
thought that
was
would be
like,
that would have
that
been an
would
awesome ending.
But I think originally though they had Freddie winning, but they changed it to that so they wouldn't piss off the fans kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we have to remember that movie. Well, granted, I know you said you were how old were you when that came out? Yeah, you got me curious.
Oh, probably like 13 or 14.
Okay, so I don't feel that old. But I was in my early 20s when that came out. But no, like I said, I remember when that came out, that pushed a lot of boundaries for the time. But the movie itself had been in developmental hell for several years. It actually took several years for them to get that movie going because they actually the movie was hinted to at the end of Friday the 13th. Well, sorry, Jason Goes to Hell. It was never really called a Final Friday the 13th. It was called Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday. So, or as we call it, I guess Jason technically is that one technically the 10th movie, or is it the 11th with Jason X? I can't remember which came out first. Let me look at my box set. Hang on.
Technically, Jason X takes place after Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, it does. So Jason Goes to Hell. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost. I got my count wrong. Jason Goes to Hell is actually the 9th film because Part 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. So it's hard to remember these numbers sometimes.
Oh yeah,
But
no, so
like I said, at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, we actually see Freddy's glove come and take the remnants of the mask and take it down to hell. So at that point, New Line Cinema, which had just acquired the Friday series, was basically hinting they were going to do a crossover. But like I said, years passed before they actually pulled it off. I'm glad they actually just pulled it off. I've been waiting for it for years.
actually,
But
fun fact: at Freddy's hand that comes out, that's actually Kane Hodder's hand.
are you serious?
I'm serious.
I see. I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's a fun fact.
So
Yeah, I read. So Kane Hodder has a whole autobiography, and he talks about how he overcame his burns and stuff like that. And there's just like
yeah.
a lot of random Jason facts in there too. But that was my favorite one out of all.
No, I have to be honest. I didn't, as much of a horror fan as I am, I never realized that was Kane Hodder's hand. So he has the distinct and unique honor of having technically played Jason and Freddy.
Yeah, exactly.
No one can say that. All that's left now. He's got to do Halloween. Now he's going to be Michael Myers one time.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, honestly.
Oh yeah, I would have totally seen that. So Part 8, Jason. So what about? So you explain the hood. What else about that particular costume makes it the most complex outside of the hood?
Honestly, just trying to get the hockey masks right. There's like so many little details in them.
Mm.
You just kind of got to stare at the pictures and like keep messing with it as far as the paint job goes.
Yeah, because that one had like a, if memory serves, it had like a weird yellow hue to it. Is
Yeah, I'll get I'll get it one
oh
second.
sweet, sweet, sweet.
But yeah, so like
Oh sweet.
this is what the versus one looks like.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
So you kind of see like that, and then like they all have like a little different straps on them too.
Mm.
Then like part 8 is kind of more like this color.
Okay, yeah.
Like this is like kind of I'm such a dork with this stuff. But like if you follow like the original Friday the 13th
Hmm.
timeline, this is like kind of I don't want to say like generally how his mask looks, but like he has this axe cut from that he got from 4,
From four, yeah.
and there's just a lot of like you know he's been in the lake and he's been just
Hmm.
kind of sitting there rotting, so just kind of getting the color scheming right and whatnot.
No, yeah, definitely. We actually interviewed at this past Days of the Dead, Rick Straczynski, owner of 13X Studios, and he's basically his whole thing is variants of the Jason hockey mask, but he also has uh
That guy's
he also has all the masks from each movie. So he's got, the fake Jason from part 5, his mask. He's even got the NES Jason, that 16-bit color, the weird blue
oh
purple
yeah,
hue.
yeah, I love
So
that
he
too.
has, seriously, he, to your point, that's saying that each movie's got their own unique style of mask, and he represents them. So I totally get it. And it is a science, because like you said, that example of the slit on the top from part 4, that's actually a very telling point of which version of Jason it is. It's not part 3, because part 3 is pristine for the most part, that he has it
Mhm.
until he does take a hit, but not the hit like he took in the fourth one. Um, but no, I mean that's really cool. So how many Jason masks do you have?
I think I'm down to 4 now.
Okay, got you.
So I have the versus one, the part 8, and then I'm trying to do. I really like Derek Mears' version of Jason, so I have like the hood and and like the hockey mask done from that, and then I have to do like I still got to do all the clothing for it
I got
basically.
you. I got you. Um, no, I actually liked the 2009 remake. I thought it was, it's one of those. I went into it where I was not expecting it to be the Friday 13th I grew up with, but I thought it was kind of cool that they kind of put the stories of part 1 through 4 almost like it was like an amalgam of the first 4 movies. And I like how throughout the movie we saw him start with the burlap sack and eventually get the hockey mask. They I thought for a reboot they paid homage to several of the movies in a cool way. So and Derek Mears, I'm sorry, that guy, I've met him before. I've met him. He is a big mamma jamma, but he's also one of the nicest guys too. It was it throws you off because you see him being all Jason. And in other films and TV, you see him be like, either the bad guy or like he doesn't talk. He's just like. But in person, he is like the nicest guy. So it's definitely a pleasant surprise. But no, I think he did a great job in it as well. Now that one, the hood of that one, how different is that hood from the Freddy versus Jason? Because I think in this one, the Derek Mears version of Jason still has some strands of hair, like long hair, or no? I can't I can't remember 100%
Yeah,
for sure.
here I can go. I'll go get them one
Oh,
sec.
sweet man, we're getting a good treat. I appreciate this.
But yeah, so the versus one is more like I kind of just go black, and then I
Hmm.
just kept it very simple, honestly. This was like my first time doing Jason, so I kind of
Gotcha.
didn't know kind of the nuances of the character. And then most of the time when I do the versus Jason now, I just have like a bald cap that I pre-made that has
Mhm.
like the little bits of hair in the back, and then
Gotcha.
it's honestly just like a zombie look mostly. He's
Gotcha.
kind of
Okay.
he's kind of just decaying in the ground, so that's kind of the look I go for with that. But yeah, the Derek Mears one, he's like a lot more human. So
I got you.
that's what I liked about doing this one was just like making it more human.
Hmm.
And then I actually figured out how to like punch hair and like I kind of like not like stared at the hairline back there, but like it was like an interesting process trying to figure out how to like punch the hair and get it to like flow a certain way. 'Cause now when I put this one on and wear the mask, I can like it's so much creepier.
No, yeah, because it doesn't look like a yeah. I mean, it looks like it's really flowing hair. So hold on. So just clear cut. You made these hoods. These are not prefabricated ones that you purchased.
No, I made these.
Wow.
There's like I have like a yeah, I basically have like basically something like this
Uh-huh.
that I use. It's like pretty similar to how my head looks.
Okay,
And
I
then
got you.
you just you start with silicone and then you just kind of mold it around the head and then just add the details and whatnot.
Wow.
It's kind of hard to explain though. It's
How,
kind of
well,
hard to
no,
explain.
you know what? Don't even try. And here's why I'm going to say that because I would, if you're cool with it, the next time that you start doing something like that, whether it's Jason or another cosplay that you're starting from scratch, give us a heads up, and we would love to come and document it.
Definitely will.
So I got to ask, how long did those hoods, those two particular ones, take you to make from beginning to end? If you had to put all the time into one, you know, flow.
Um, it's hard to say an exact time, but
I mean, like days, weeks, months.
I'd probably say like it kind of depends how hard I work on it, honestly. If I was to like sit down and work on it like every day,
Mm.
probably like a week or two.
Okay, okay.
But like with my schedule, usually it'd be in a few months.
Oh no, yeah, and that makes sense. Like I said, if in a perfect world, if you had the chance to start, stop, several days in a row, about a week, give or take ish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still pretty good, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, there's cosplayers that they'll go and buy the prefab stuff and they just put it together, cut it, paste it. But I mean, you're actually like building some of these main components, even down to the like I said to the jacket. I mean, that's for cosplaying, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Like I said, we
I just like it's fun to me. I doesn't like sometimes it kind of feels like another job, but
hmm.
that's why I don't like sell things anymore, and I just kind of do my own thing with it now. But like,
And that was actually be a question. Or do you consider selling some of these or
I used to sell them one like a few years ago, but I just like it kind of stops being fun when 'cause I'm like kind of a
I got you.
perfectionist with everything, and like when I'm like when someone's like paying me money to do it, I'm just
It
like
goes from passion to responsibility.
yeah, and then
I got
and then
you. And you want the
that's
passion. Totally respect that. That's cool. No, like I said,
I
we
still
will.
have like I have like little cards that pass out to people at cons just so like
Okay.
I can actually get like people's contact information and stuff because like most of the time people come up and take pictures and I'm like, oh, I bet that person's actually really cool and here's my card and sometimes I'll hear from them back and stuff like that.
No, that's actually really cool. So for this convention coming up, Days of the Dead Atlanta Summer, the first time they're doing it in the summer, which is the 27th through the 29th of August. So, like I said,
Mhm.
this video will be up before then. So definitely, go out and see all the cosplayers that are there, but especially Eric. Like I said, I've seen his stuff. I've seen him get done up in person as a zombie, and like I said, you see him change, and he definitely takes on the persona. Because I said he just started looking at me, and I'm like, okay, look, I know I'm big, but you cosplay, not
HD.
real. No. So they're gonna look. We'll have people looking out for you, and like I said, we're gonna look out for you because we definitely want to catch you meeting Kane. I mean, I've met the man
Oh,
once, and he scared the hell out of me. I loved it.
um, one second. I got the photo from last time I met
Oh,
him.
sweet, sweet, sweet. He's got like a full-on photo album. Those are all what you're looking through? Are there's just albums of your cosplay or people? Are you getting? Oh, wow.
Yeah, just a little bit of both.
Oh, that's cool. So hold on, that's you did it?
Yeah, the makeup took me
Oh my
forever.
god. How long did that take?
About 4 hours to do all that.
Oh my god.
And
That's
then,
dedication.
so this was my first time at Days of the Dead. It took me about, I was like really into Hellraiser. That's me
Oh,
with,
that's cool.
that's Kanan is part 8. It's like one of
Oh,
my
sweet.
favorites.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Because at times, also for Days of the Dead, sometimes you're lucky enough to actually get the photo op when they're actually in character costume. That's cool. I did. That is really cool. And you've
Yeah.
met. I'm assuming you have met Pinhead himself, right?
Oh yeah, one sec. Yeah,
Because
that's I have
when
like
you're doing a good job in that costume, it's almost a You have to meet him at some point.
Yeah, that was me with the whole crew of them.
Oh,
Um,
that is cool. That is cool.
but yeah, that's Clive in the middle, and then all the Cenobites.
Oh, wow. Man,
But yeah,
look, I'm geeking right now because the
that movie
Hellraiser is one of my favorite
5
movies.
hours. It was crazy
5 hours. Oh my God.
because it's like trying to get all the pins to stick. It
Hmm.
took forever, and then I had to like take this ball cap and like pre like
Yeah.
do everything and pre put all the pins in, and it
Oh yeah, all the grid and everything. Yeah.
yeah, it turned it. I didn't think it was gonna be that complicated, but it actually ended up a pretty complicated process.
Man, that is cool. So let me ask this question. So for this Days of the Dead, for the people who look out for you. So you're doing Friday 13th, part 8, Jason. What are you doing? Any other cosplays as well on the same weekend, or is that primarily your go-to for the
Uh,
weekend?
Probably just part 8 this time,
Got you.
because I'll be there Friday and Saturday, and then I kind of like, I kind of like, I see a lot of my friends there and stuff, so I like
Cool,
being
cool.
home.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And like I said, because I've seen people who will do like one day there'll be one person, the second day there'll be a different person, or even in the same day they'll go open the room because they got a hotel room, change and come back, and I'm like, but by the end of the weekend they are like exhausted to the point that like they can barely walk because they,
Yeah, it's like you
hours
gotta
on end.
like I spent so much time making this costume. Like I know, I want to enjoy it and wear it.
Exactly. Oh, that's
And then
cool. That's totally cool.
I know this isn't horror, but this is actually my favorite one I did.
There's nothing
And
wrong with that. Oh, whoa, that's actually cool. It says
yeah,
you and Jason David Frank, but you are White Ranger. That's
yeah.
awesome.
I used to watch that show all the time when I was a kid.
Look, I did too, and I was a teen when I watched it. I admit it freely. I was all about evil Green Ranger.
Oh, that was
I was all about evil. Hold up, give me 2 seconds here. Even as a 40-plus-year-old man, I am all about the evil Green
that's
Ranger.
awesome.
Okay, I bought two. One's
And that's
open,
the
one's
Black
sealed.
Ranger.
Heck yeah, it's awesome. Oh man. No, like I said, I could talk to you for hours on this stuff, man. Like I said, horror, whatnot. Like I said, I'm a total geek for it, and
Oh, me
obviously so are my
too.
fans.
Me too.
Um, so here's a question: what are some upcoming cosplays that you're thinking about putting together?
I can show you a little preview.
Oh, okay.
So before COVID hit and I could actually do makeup, I wanted to do a full like Hellboy costume. So this is
Oh,
like the arm I made for that.
again, you made it. Oh
Yeah.
God.
It's just foam. It's not anything too big.
I got you.
It's
Okay,
just
I got you. But still, that's impressive.
but
That
yeah,
is
but
cool.
yeah, I'm trying to I really want to do like the full makeup and like wear the jacket and it's gonna be awesome. If
And the
it ever
gun and
happens.
everything. So are we doing the full horns or the cutoff horns? Or both?
Knowing me, I'd probably do the full horns just because I know how I am and whatnot.
Man. Let me ask this question before we go. With Mr. Kane Hodder, how? Let me put it this way: I had my interaction with him. Fun as hell, scared the shit out of me. What was still fun as hell. The interaction was I gave him a machete to autograph for me, and not only did he autograph it, but when I gave it to him, it was one of the kind that was in a sheath, right? His eyes lit up. He grabbed the handle and he unsheathed it right there, standing up. He went from sitting to standing like he was King Arthur pulling the sword from the stone. And it was like shing, and he was like, oh, and he was like, "What you want to sign it?" I'm like, "You wanted to sign it to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's Jose." I'm like, "Okay." So he puts on it, "Jose, you're next, Kane Hodder." And then the Jason movies like Jason X, Jason 8. And then he goes, "You want a picture?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." And at this point, he's like, "Yeah, let's get a picture."
Yeah,
We get in the picture. He's like, "You just stay calm. I'm gonna make the picture look good for you." I'm like, "Okay, cool, sweet." Next thing I know, the machete's under my neck, and he goes, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna pull it up a little bit." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like telling my friend, "Take the picture, take the picture." He takes a picture, and then afterwards, awesome experience, loved it. And afterwards, my friend goes, he's like, "Jose," I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Look up." So I look up, and he's like, "Hang on." Click. I go, "What?" He shows me the picture, and you see a red line and then 2 spurts of blood. I was just like, he goes, "Dude," he's like, "Kane Hodder made you bleed." I'm like, "Dude, you know what? He did. I'm scared and happy at the same time." I was like, I don't know if that makes me crazy or what, but I'm like, dude, how many people can say, yeah, I got a little nick out of my Adam's apple from Kane Hodder himself? Come on, with a machete he just autographed for me. Come on, that's cool. But bringing it back, so what are you having him sign something? What are you taking in for him to? Are you getting like a picture? What's your plan?
So I'm getting a photo op with him in his
Oh,
part
cool.
eight. It's gonna be like I'm just gonna like do like a
Twinsies.
twinsies. Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna
Got
be
that.
cool.
And then I'll probably have him sign my axe or something like that.
That'd be cool. Just be careful when he asks you for for a picture with the axe.
Well, so the tip of it is made out of foam
Okay,
because
good.
I have cosplays or where I use like a real machete or like a real weapon,
Yeah.
and even if I blunt the edges and stuff, it's still like usually not kosher. So I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
no, I totally got you. I totally got you. And it's funny mentioning about the blade because speaking of a Jason, Derek Mears, one of the times that I met him, same thing. I actually went out of my way to get each Jason that I could meet their own machete to autograph for me.
Oh, that's legit.
So I've met, oh my God, of course I would go blank. The original Jason himself from the first film, oh my God, I just blanked out. That comes out of the lake. I can't remember the actor's name. Oh my God. I'll shoot myself later. I'll put it in the thing and make myself look dumb. Then I also got Kane Hodder, and then I also got Derek Mears. And with Derek Mears, same thing. Got him a similar type of machete in a sheath, and I gave it to him handle first, just like I did Kane Hodder, to be polite. And
Yeah.
he puts the pen down. I'm here thinking, oh shit, what's about to happen? And he extends his hand out, and he's like, I want to thank you. I want to shake your hand. I'm like, okay. Shake his hand. He's like, you don't understand how many people want me to sign an axe or a machete or this or that. And they're like, here, sign this. And they give it to me blade first. Like, sign this. To the point that he's having to like back up. You are like literally one of the few people that's ever been thoughtful enough to hand it to me handle first in a safe manner. He goes, I just want to say thank you. So no, he was really cool about it. We got a picture and everything. But it's one of those, like you said, it's the little things, like handing a bladed object handle first to the person that you're intending to have
Oh, let me. So last year when I was at Camp Blood, I was their Jason. So that's how I came up with like the, I just call it like the demon love child, the verses in the 2009 Jason.
Oh,
But anyway, I
sweet.
got the Beastly machete I used.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Oh,
This is like the verses machete that I do.
yeah.
And my favorite part about the 2009 Jason is how freaking
Oh
ridiculously
my God.
it's like 3 feet.
Dude, okay, hold up. Put your hand on the handle. I'm curious. How big is that handle? Oh my God. And look, I've met you in person. I know how big your guns are. If you don't mind, put the blade. I just want to see the width of the. Oh my gosh, dude, that's like not a. At some point, that's considered a sword, not a machete. Oh my
That's pretty
lord.
much like a sword at this point, honestly.
Oh wow,
Yeah. Yeah,
that
no,
is sick.
I have a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this one as I Camp Blood.
So what's that one made of?
So this one my friend made for me because
Okay.
he's better with metal than I am. But it's actually like it's like a full blade and then the handle at the bottom here.
Oh, so that's not foam or anything. That's
It's like
legit.
real metal.
Oh wow. So how much does that weigh?
I'd say like 10, 12 pounds.
How is it? Is it easy to swing or is no?
Um, if I was like, not that I would actually want to stab, I wouldn't use this for that.
I
It
got
looks
you. I got you.
intimidating, but like as far as like practicality goes, it's a little. I'd rather use like something like this size.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Wow,
But yeah,
that's
sorry, that's
just
my military side coming out.
no, definitely, yeah. But no, that is cool, man. Well, look, this is just a taste, everybody, of what you can expect from Eric here. Like I said, we definitely look forward to more from you. And like I said, if you're going to Days of the Dead, Atlanta, the August 27th to the 29th, be sure to look for him. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason will be him.
The reason I use an axe with my part 8 is because
Mhm.
when you play the Friday the 13th game, he actually has an axe.
That's right. Okay, that is right. I forgot. I actually played that game, but I haven't played it in a while.
Something that I don't see too often from people
Is the
because I
axe.
get tired of like using a machete all the time. But
Now
yeah,
that axe is the one that's foam, the tip. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So when you see that axe at Days of the Dead, that is Eric. Stop him, get a picture.
definitely get
Like I
a picture.
said, totally cool cat. And like I said, I mean, the work is exquisite, man. Like I said, if you didn't tell me that that was foam, especially on camera, that's even the reflection. It doesn't look like it's necessarily foam. So I mean, that's a pretty good job there because on camera, you would think foam doesn't typically has a dull kind of reaction with light, but however you got that painted, like I said, that's why I had to ask him like, is that foam or is that like just not just dull? So that is foam, but it looks good.
Yeah. So and then when you paint it, and then if you use the substance is called permablood. So
Hmm,
when you paint that onto something, it'll dry, and then it looks very fresh.
that is cool. See, we're getting tips. Look, I'm gonna have to have you help me out with some stuff because I definitely have some cool ideas. I just like I said, when it comes to I'm not handy enough to actually make them come to life, but I definitely need to get with you on some stuff for sure. I dig that axe. That's cool.
I had a lot of fun with it. And then I did the so I'm kind of in the minority. I like Rob Zombie's Michael Myers too, so I had a lot of fun doing that
No,
one
I
too.
liked it. I liked the movies. There was, it was definitely a reinterpretation. I liked it. Um, but do I like it better than the original? I can't. No offense to Rob Zombie, I dig him. And I dig, like I said, I did dig the movies. There's a tongue twister right there. But there's always going to be something special in my heart for John Carpenter's first one. That's going to hold a special place. But I love Tyler. Tyler Maine was an awesome Michael Myers, though.
Oh, agreed there. And then so that was when I met Tyler Maine. I got
Oh,
awesome.
that's cool.
I got, so he's like 6'7", so I'm like Michael Myers trying to look like intimidating with my knife, and he's just like this. I'm like I'm
No,
here.
yeah, he's a big mamma jamma. He's a big one. I'm not sure who's bigger though, him or Derek Mears, because Derek Mears is pretty tall too. But I've never seen.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm shorter than both, so no matter what, I'm looking up. But
and then
no, like I said, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of a movie called Sleepaway Camp. So I've
Oh
actually
yes, Felissa Rose. We got to
I love
meet her. We got
so
to meet
much.
her this past winter.
Yeah, so I met her there, and then I also met her. The first time I met her, I was like in my pinhead and stuff,
Mhm.
and it was at a bar, and I didn't even know who she was because I hadn't seen Sleepaway Camp back then. And
Okay.
there's just a funny picture of me just like smiling, and everyone's like, "You know who that is?" I'm like, "No, who's that?" They're like, "That's Felissa Rose." I'm like, "Who?"
Screen queen royalty right there, man.
Right?
Man, no, she was awesome, and and that's the thing is, like, especially with the Days of the Dead convention. I've been to conventions where you get to interact with celebrities very little versus you get to interact with them a lot. But I'll say the Days of the Dead convention. One thing I really dug about it is that everybody they've gotten there has been really cool personality wise, and you're not kept at bay. You're actually able to interact with them while you're getting your stuff done. So no, but she was awesome. Felissa Rose, she was a sweetheart. Totally cool. I would definitely love to meet her again. I got to meet Sam Jones as well. This, Flash Gordon from the movie. And
Mhm.
that
I
same,
got to go
he was like just two tables down. I was like, double whammy. So, oh,
exactly.
mess up my microphone here. I didn't mean to mess you up, microphone. There we go. There we go.
Back.
But, but like I said, no, we will look forward to seeing you in a week in person at Days of the Dead. Like I said, if you guys are able to come out and check it out, please do. Look for, like I said, look for Eric. Jason. And I definitely can't wait to see you get with Kane Hodder. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I can't wait. This is honestly my favorite one I've done so far.
Nah, and it looks awesome. Every time I see it, I'm hearing in my head.
Yeah, it's like you got the little thing, you know.
There you
My only
go.
thing I don't like about this one is I like blacked out the eyes and I literally can't see shit, but it looks so good on camera. So.
Now, okay, well, it's definitely a cool effect. I'll say that being blacked out. Hold on, what did I do to you here? There we go. Sorry, I got excited, hit my microphone, and had to adjust it. But no, like I said, everything you've shown us is freaking awesome. I can't wait to see that in person. The mask and everything. I definitely can't wait to see that in person next week. So, like I said, we will see you then. And like I said, be sure to look for Eric's information down in the about his Instagram. And feel free to reach out, have any questions. And like I said, we
And
look
then
forward to seeing you in person.
if you guys have any questions, I do know a lot of people that make stuff and they're better than me. So I mean, if you like one of my friends did this, but it's like from the end of the movie. So this is like messed up and it's got
Ah,
red
the yeah,
marks on it. It looks so good. Like, so if you guys
that's
are
cool.
interested, I'm just saying, I definitely let you guys know.
Definitely. So definitely, look up Eric on Instagram, follow him. And like I said, reach out to him, ask the man questions. Like I said, he's you're a totally cool cat, easy to talk to. And like I
Yeah,
said,
and
I mean, you're very talented.
I love helping people with this stuff too because I don't know, I didn't have anybody show me anything. I kind of just had to figure out trial and error, and I'd rather
That's cool.
I'd rather someone come ask me and I'd be like, yeah, just do it this way, and then it'll look like this, and then you don't have to go through that like rabbit hole of making like 4 or 5 masks before you get a mask that you like.
No, that is totally cool. Like I said, Eric, you are good people, sir. Hopefully, I'm sure they'll reach out to you with questions because hell, I've got questions that I'm going to ask you after we finish up here. So, because I definitely would love to make a variant Jason mask, and so I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to be getting questions from me. Just expect it. So, stop hitting a mic. So, all right, brother. Well, look, we'll see you next week. Like I said, anybody, if you're able to go to Days of Dead, go check it out. Look for Eric, link up with him, and just having a good old time. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.